everyone! Today, we will discuss and demonstrate the drills in table tennis. But before that, let's define what is table tennis. Tennis is a game played by 2 or 4 people. The players stand at each end of the table, which has a low net across the middle, and hit a small light ball over the net using bats or paddles. Table tennis has numerous benefits for mind, body, and soul. It is important for it improves hand-eye coordination, develop mental acuity, improves reflexes, coordination, and balance. It also keeps our brain sharp and provides social outlet.
Table tennis, also known as ping pong, it is a ball game, similar principle into lawn tennis and played on a flat table divided into 2 equal courts by a net fixed across its width at the middle. The objective is to hit the ball so that it goes over the net and bounces on the opponent's half or the table in such a way that the opponent cannot reach it or return it correctly. The lightly weighted hollow ball is propelled back and forth across the net by small rackets, bats, or paddles held by the player. The game is popular all over the world. In most countries, it is very highly organized as a competitive sport, especially in Europe and Asia, particularly in China and Japan.
Arm circles improve endurance of the shoulders and arms, and they also help in toning the triceps. Stand straight and set your feet a hip width apart. Start by raising your arms and extending them out on either sides of the body, parallel to the ground, palms facing forward. Slowly move the arms forward, following a circle pattern, and continue for 8 times.
Standing side bend focuses on stretching the obliques and abdominal muscles. Stand straight, put your feet together and raise both of your arms overhead with your feelings interlaced together. Start by slowly bending your upper body to the right without moving the hips out. Extend the stretch as far as you can.
Shoulder stretch. Stand straight and set your feet a hip width apart. Lift your right arm across your chest and parallel to the ground. Using your left arm, ease up your right arm closer to your chest while keeping it straight and parallel. You should feel the stretch in your shoulder. Hold the stretch for 16 counts and do the same to the other arm afterwards. Hip circles instructions. Stand straight with your feet a little wider than shoulder width apart. Bend the knees slightly and place your hands on the hips. Slowly rotate your hips, making big circles. Complete a set in one direction and then switch to the opposite direction. Proper form and breathing pattern. Keep your body relaxed and face forward. Engage your core muscles, hips, glutes, and legs. Stand straight and set your feet a hip width apart. Do the lunge by stepping your left foot forward and kneeling on your right knee. Make sure both legs are bent with 90 degrees and the knee of your lunging leg is behind your toes. Keep your back straight and put your arm across your chest and parallel to the ground. Slowly twist your upper body to the right as far as you can without moving your hip. Abdominal stretch. Lie on your stomach and place your hands underneath your chest. Gradually lift your upper body up while keeping your pelvis on the ground. Hold the stretch for 16 counts. High kicks. Focus on increasing flexibility in the hamstring area. Stand straight with your feet and hip width apart. Slightly bend your knees. Start by stretching your arm around in front of you and parallel to the ground. Using your left leg, kick towards your right palm as much as you can while keeping your arms and legs straight. Do the kicks for 8 times but remember to maintain controlled movement. Ankle circles. Stretches the muscles and joints in the ankle, allowing improvement of feet movement. Stand straight and set your feet a hip width apart. Hands on your waist. Slightly lift your one foot off the ground and slowly rotate your ankle clockwise and for 8 times and counterclockwise for 8 times. Return to initial position and do the same pattern to the other foot. Hamstring stretch. Sit down and stretch both your legs out in front of you but avoid locking your knees. Keep your back straight and bend your one leg out of the way. Using your hands and by bending the hips, reach for the toes of the leg that is stretched out. Hold the stretch for 16 counts and switch to the other leg.
First, flex your hand sideward and upward. You just count 8 counts sideward and 8 counts sideward. Then after that, another 8 counts to upward. Next is shoulder rotation with elbow bend. Just count 8 counts and alternate 8 counts. Next is flip your hand. Flip your left hand. Then right hand. Flip your body to the side while holding the wall. Count 16 counts. Hips rotation. Rotate your hips counterclockwise by counting 1 to 4, then alternate by 1 to 4. Next is torso bending. Torso bending, it can help flex your body. is bending your knee up, side, and back. 4 counts for up, 4 counts for back, and 4 counts for side. And another 4 counts in front.
Target practice. This is a quite fun service practice drill. The aim is to knock multiple targets off the table in as few serves as possible. 10 in a row. This is a good drill to improve your service accuracy under pressure. The aim is to hit a target 10 times in a row without error.
To demonstrate the forehands top speed. So first, the material I use is the material in the table. So forehand top speed is the strongest swing. So it is the more dominant stroke in playing table tennis because when doing this stroke, upper body strength makes it force it to go. This is the step-by-step process or method. First, stay 1 forearm length to the edge of the table. Second, make sure that you are in stable position with your feet more than shoulder width apart and your left foot slightly in front of the right. Third, bend your knees quite deeply and rotate your body to the right. After that, you may relax your grip, and last, from the call position, move forward, up and upward, and make sure that the left knee is rotating and rising. The next drill that I want to demonstrate is the backhand or elbow. So this stroke is the easier part, the easiest one. So this stroke is more commonly used when the opponent is using top spin stroke. So this is the step-by-step method or process in doing this stroke. First, lift up your elbow, drop down the head of the racket. Third, relax your wrist, pull it back to accelerate in the ball in the next step. Fourth, now accelerate by rotating the forehand, fix your elbow, follow through, add the power at the last moment with your wrist. And last, come back to the steady position.
Backhand serve.
The backhand serve involves using pretty much the same motion as the forehand serve. You hit the ball in the same manner as you would with a forehand serve.
Side spin serve, forehand top spin.
As a more advanced serve, the idea is to prevent the receiver from making a strong attack against the serve and hopefully force a weak return instead that can be third ball attack.
The backhand flick is an attacking stroke against a short ball using mostly the wrist and forearm. The flick will use more of an upward brushing action against backspin while the stroke is more horizontal. There are 2 types of push technique. These are fast push and slow push. For the fast push, it requires better timing and it is used by pro. The fast push will return the ball faster but less spin. For fast push, you contact the ball at the early timing position to timing. For the slow push, it is easy to perform, mostly used by beginners. Slow push, contact the ball after the highest position. The slow push will generate long and heavy underspin ball. To do this technique properly, you need to apply these 3 tips. Choose the right timing, take the initiative, and adjust the racket angle.
2 forehand top spin is a stronger wing. The force is used to push and generate force in a forward motion, which enables us to generate extra power when using our forehand. Power comes from the ground, and with an off-square stance, we can generate a power motion via force from the ground. Backhand and forehand top spin is used to control the pace of the ball, while the backhand top spin is used to attack and win the point. The driving technique generates less speed and spin than the top spin technique. Backhand top spin is performed in front of your body. To do it properly, you need to drop your racket down and folding your abdomen to create speed.
The forehand flick. It is a difficult technique in table tennis to deal with a short ball on your forehand side. Some players tend to move further to the right side and perform a backhand. However, if you don't have quick footwork, you can do the forehand flick to return the ball aggressively. This stroke is called as the forehand flip. Don't pull the racket behind your body. For the short ball, you must put your racket close to the ball. This stroke is not the forehand topspin counter-attack. You should contact the ball at a lower position and lift the ball by the acceleration. Use the wrist to add the acceleration and hold the racket loosely for this type of stroke.
The backhand flick. This stroke used to attack the short ball. It uses only the wrist and the forearm in the stroke mechanism. In the beginning, you use the same gesture as for the short push, but suddenly, you close the racket and brush the ball. By using the acceleration of your wrist, you can create a lot of speed and spin to the ball.
Topspin. Goes over.
If the ball is coming right at you and will be in front of your stomach, you can play a backhand topspin. The key to playing topspin is to get into a good position using your footwork. That way, you can play the same stroke that you practice all the time.
Forehand setup.
It is essentially hitting the ball with your hand's most natural position. For instance, the right-hander would hit the ball from the right side of his body, while a left-hander would hit from the left side of his body.
A short and wide serve. A short serve is a serve that, if allowed, would bounce twice on the far side of the table. Because of this, a short serve cannot be looped like a deep serve because the table is in the way. This forces the receiver to reach over the table to return the serve, which can be awkward, especially on the forehand side. This is the topspin or backspin receive. Bend your knees and rotate backwards from your waist. As the ball approaches, push up with your legs. Rotate forwards and accelerate your bat upwards. Contact the ball just in front of your body. On contact, your bat should brush the ball in an upwards motion. The more you brush the ball, the more topspin you will generate. Your bat should finish around head height.
Another form of individual training is practicing your serve skills. It is one of the easiest ways to increase your skill level in table tennis. But keep in mind, your drills have to be productive. In order for us to make the most out of our serving drills, we need to serve one ball at a time. Don't hold on to more than one ball while doing a serve, as this affects your ball toss. Instead, keep a box of balls next to you on the table. Then, take your time. Do not rush during practice. Instead, make sure you train at a steady and unhurried pace. It is not the quantity of serves you make, but rather how you make the most out of each serve.
Watch and learn. Pay attention to how the professional do their serves and try to stimulate them. They have been practicing and improvising techniques that work at the highest level. So, there's always something to learn by watching them. Don't serve and stop. They stimulate real game environment during the practice, the motion of the service, and get into the ready position for the next